Hi, Don Plenter here, and I'm just going to go over this spreadsheet. Don't be scared. It's not that really, it's not a huge deal. Once you become familiar with it, it's going to be second nature to you. You don't have to think of it like accounting because accounting is, well, essentially looking backwards. This is about getting the business in through the front door. And I'm going to describe to you how very, very important it is to know how much it costs to get a customer. And in this particular case, a customer, we're talking about, being a horse. So this is the top left-hand corner. You'll see that it's about the cost of acquiring a customer, i.e. a horse, and about the lifetime value of that particular customer. Now, when you get business, there are many different ways of getting business. So I'm just going to go through this pretty quick, just so that you know, if you become a customer, I'm going to spend an hour with you over the phone, getting down the details and getting this whole thing set up for you so you don't have to worry about trying to figure any of this stuff out. Plus, you're also going to have access to our members area where you can send in questions and I can help you with your general business questions as well, because we really need to have you succeed. But success means that you need to understand where your business is coming from and what it's costing you to get it and how much you're making from each one of those bits of business. So let me just go over this quickly. Your total marketing cost per year. Now let's just pull out, I set this up in a very basic way for about $150,000 income. You can go much higher than that, of course, if you're prepared to hire people. So we have all the different types of ways that you get new business, and it could be networking, could be buying business, jobs, running pay-per-click, newspaper ads, networking, running around, whatever it is. During our call, when I set this up for you, we'll figure it all out to make sure that you're getting business at the lowest possible cost. So this, you'll be able to know exactly how much you're spending on your new business. A typical business should be spending about 5% or so of their annual gross sales. So at 150,000, that comes out to about $7,500 that you really should be spending on your business to grow it at $150,000 of sales. And then you need to know where that business is coming from. So in this particular case, you could be reaching 25,000 and 5,000 and 3,000 people depending on what type of marketing that you do. And this is a conversion rate. You really need to know how many people actually become customers from that method of advertising. And then you're going to need to know what your average cost is to get that new customer. So in this case, it's $125 for the average customer, depending on averaging out the different types of marketing that you do, marketing type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4, and so on. And then this is your customer retention rate. So this is the average number of years. This is the average number of customers that you retain, that stay with you more than 1 year. So in this case, we've got it at 68.33%. So you have to, just to keep your business even, you have to add another 30% or so of new customers every single year. Otherwise, your business will just shrink away. So, and here we have an average lifetime customer is 3.16 years. It could be 2 years, it could be 1 year, it could be 6 years. It really depends on your business. So now this whole column here is about the cost of getting that new business in the door. And this section here is about the value of that business to you. So once you get a customer in, you want to keep that customer, and there's a cost attached to that as well. If you're on the phone, you're talking to customers, if you have somebody hired or otherwise, there's always a cost attached to absolutely everything that's associated with your business. And let's say, it's $3,000. Let's say you're working by yourself and you're spending, a couple of hours a week or 3 or 4 hours worth of time a week talking to customers, calling them back, answering questions, that sort of stuff. You might be, using some payment system software, email software, that sort of stuff. So, and you also want to consider doing something like giving a discount to a customer. So let's say one day you show up and you say, hey, I'm not going to charge you for this today, but it's already built into your numbers, and I'll show you that. And this kind of stuff goes like super, super, super long way for good customers never to let you go. And of course, the referral business builds very quickly that way. And say, hey, the guy didn't charge me for this shoeing or trimming or whatever. So you have to give your customers, good customers, incentives, and that's also just part of doing good business. because otherwise you have to replace that customer. So it's far cheaper to make existing good customers happy than it is to find new good customers of the same quality. So in this particular case, let's say that if you're offering $8,000, and this is all based on $150,000 of gross, let's say you're offering $8,000 worth of free value, that's costing you $133.33 per customer in terms of freebies, discounts, and that kind of stuff. So total customers. So let's say based on your marketing campaign, you picked up 60 customers, new customers this year, and this came from marketing type 1. Let's say you bought calls, you're running some other types of ads, pay-per-click and networking, and you're doing networking and whatever else. You have a total of 60. So now you've got a total of 60 customers over here. So that means, now let's just actually, before I go down this column a bit further, I'm going to show you up here in the top right hand section here your customer purchases per year. So let's say, just for argument's sake here, you're doing a shoeing. Now that's one customer, one shoe set, $125. So that's what they're spending. And let's say you have some kind of a blend of other a couple of shoes or some other type of services that you may offer, and let's say just a straight trim. So your average customer, average customer being again a horse, you see them 7 times a year and so on, and 7 times for this, and let's say 5 times for some type of trim. So this is the kind of stuff we're going to tighten up when we get together if you become a customer. So so that means that you're actually spending $568.42. Actually, no, sorry, the other way around. Your customer is on average paying you $568.42 per year. So, and you're making $227.37 per customer per year, and this takes into account the cost of finding that new client. Right here in the top left-hand corner, it also takes into account any incentives. It takes what you have to pay to keep that customer on average year over year. So basically, your bottom line is that they're spending $568.42 and you're making $227.37. Now, no matter who you are, no matter what type of business you're in, everything costs money, everything costs time, so there's no escaping it. The most important thing to do is to understand the long-term value, and whether you're a lawyer, a doctor, a farrier, any service business, anywhere, your real money comes from understanding the long-term lifetime value of that customer and what it costs to get that customer, find that customer, and then keep that customer. So let's go down here. Year 1, you've got 60. Well, you're losing customers every year. So if you get 60 this year, you're might be down to 41 the following year because they move, sell their horses, whatever happens. And then that means you're going to have, out of 60 customers, you're going to have about 16 that actually stick it out to year 5. But that means that that customer will have cost you initially the $7,500 to get that 60 customers, but by the time you get into year 5, your cost is dropping because you've already got them for 5 years. So you're making more and more and more on a per customer basis over a longer period of time, like over 5 years. So the total customer revenue. So in the first year, you get 60 new clients in, you're making the $15,000 and you're profiting. Now, it costs you $7,500. You're billing $15,555. And your net profit is $8,000. So, but what you can see that right over here, if they stick it out, it keeps going down, but you already have that customer. So, and this is your net profit in the first year, and of course you're losing customers. Up here you can see you're dropping a customer, and then you're dropping a customer, and then you're dropping some more, and you're losing some more, and losing some more, and so on. So it's all about bringing new customers in through the door because you're going to lose them. So you have to replenish that business. You have to know what the cost of that business is to get and what the value of that business is to you. So it's all about optimizing how you get business and how you keep that business over the long term. This spreadsheet, as you can see, is not, it's getting to be not that scary. I will go over this with you, and the whole point is to help you help to build your business to whatever level you want to take it to, by delivering the highest quality jobs and making sure that you understand how this entire process works and make you really, really successful, because ultimately that's what it's all about. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and Hope to see you on the other side, and hopefully we can help you achieve your dreams.